So, it looks like you're about to install Real Cedar siding. That's a terrific choice, and not just for the natural beauty and warmth it will bring to your home, but for the help it does for the environment as well. Since you're ready to get started, why don't we review a few quick steps that will maximize the look and performance of your Real Cedar for decades to come. Say, is that a lift of Real Cedar siding over there? Well, it looks like you're off to a great start, because I can tell you stored that properly on site. Stored in an enclosed, unheated space is best, but if not, off the ground on a vapor barrier with protection and air circulation will ensure there's no moisture absorbed before installation. Another point before installation is to make sure your Western Red Cedar is properly acclimated. For peak performance, we recommend KD, which can be installed right away. KD, or kiln dried, is seasoned at the mill and ready to go. Knotty siding should acclimatize in a dry area for 7 to 10 days. Green or unseasoned siding will need at least 30 days to allow for shrinkage. However, it should be noted we don't recommend green siding, as other options are readily available. Okay, here's a question for you. Are you going to finish your Real Cedar siding? To give your siding the best performance possible, it's recommended that you pre-finish your siding on all 6 sides before installation. All field cuts should be finished on site as well, as the end grain absorbs moisture more rapidly than any other surface. Okay, now let's talk fasteners. And welcome to the show. With me today is Brian the Builder. Hello, Brian. Brian, I understand you're installing some absolutely gorgeous Real Cedar siding. What kind of fasteners are you using? Oh, nice. Stainless steel splitless ring shank siding nails are the absolute best choice for Western Red Cedar siding, especially when using a transparent or semi-transparent stain or bleaching product. The right length fastener for the thickness of the siding will also prevent the siding from moving due to moisture in the air. So let's welcome Carol with our ring shank nail length chart. Very nice. Now, Brian, I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume you'll be using a nail gun. Hand driving's always the best bet with Real Cedar siding. But if you're using a nail gun, here's a good tip. Adjust your air pressure to leave the nail slightly proud and finish by hand. Why? Because...
you never ever want to countersink!
Yeah, countersinking's dumb. And it can also compromise the performance of the siding. So let's talk about controlling your moisture, by which I mean vapor barriers and rain screen. A vapor barrier is installed on the warm side of the wall, and the house wrap, like DuPont's Tyvek drain wrap, is installed on the outside wall over the sheathing to allow residual vapor to escape. Furring strips are an option for horizontal siding to create a rain screen. These will be installed vertically, aligned with the studs. Vertically installed siding requires horizontal furring strips installed no more than 16 inches on center, unless horizontal blocking has been installed in the wall cavity. These, combined with the wood sheathing, provide the necessary nailing framework for vertical installs. Once the rain screen is constructed, it's time to move on to flashing. It's important to have all flashing installed to help direct moisture away from the wall assembly. Install horizontal flashing extending from the top of all wall penetrations, such as windows and doors. Do not use caulking where flashing and trim or other material meet. Caulk where the siding abuts the trim, never above or below. Use acrylic latex, acrylic silicone, polyurethane, polysulfide, or terpolymer rubber caulks. Don't use transparent or pure silicone caulks. Neither plays well with Western Red Cedar. The siding should be installed with a minimum of 6 inches of ground clearance. Okay, so which profile are you installing today? Rough surfaced 1x8 Board and Batten. Very traditional, yet very distinct. Superb choice. You can do almost any combination of board widths with Board and Batten, depending on the look you want. To begin, vertical boards should be fastened into horizontal blocking lines or furring strips and sheathing. Boards up to 6 inches wide should be fastened with 1 nail per bearing driven through the center of the board. Use 2 nails per bearing on boards 8 inches and wider, placing the nails 2.5 to 3 inches apart. Use 2-inch nails on the boards and 3-inch nails on the battens. Install the boards at least a 1/2 inch apart. Then the overlying batten covering the gap between boards should be attached with 1 nail per bearing, with the shank passing between the edges of the underboards. Battens must overlap the boards by a minimum of a 1/2 inch, and a 3/4 inch overlap is better. When you come to an outside corner, the boards serve as the corner boards, with one being installed proud of the other. Mitered corners are not commonly used with board and batten and require excellent carpentry skills to install. Not that you don't have them. However, corner boards are a very popular method and are far easier to cut. With corner boards, apply them to the furring or sheathing and blocking, with the siding fitting tightly against the narrow edge of the boards. And that's an overview of the preparation and installation of Western Red Cedar board and batten siding. By following the steps and tips in this video, your siding will look amazing for decades to come. Great job! For detailed instructions, technical help, or where to find a Real Cedar retailer, visit us at realcedar.com.